Hi everyone, it's Karen, and I'm back to share this really cute little folder flip-flop journal that I made. This is been one of my winter projects because it made me happy to work with these sort of springy type papers. She's kind of on the long, tall side. She's 8.5 inches tall. Well, she looks taller. But 8.5 inches, she's got like a tri-fold and also a flip-flop design to her. The papers are from Hither and Yon Studios, and I could put a link to her shop in the description box below, or a link to her YouTube channel, which then will link you to her shop, I'm sure. I just happened to see a couple of her videos and I went to check out her digitals and I really fell in love with these ones. I've added a tassel on the side here and one of my handmade little beads, and this one has some little blue and crystal beads on it, a little crystal hanging down from the bottom. I made it with a fabric that frayed, so you've got the little frayed pieces sticking out everywhere. I've added some little butterflies, pretty rondelles, and a little crystal bead at the top here, and then on the very top I glued a little piece, a little acrylic piece along with the little clasp, and this could be removed. It's on a removable clasp. Showcasing the papers on the front, this pretty lace I had in my stash that I thought just went along really pretty with these papers. It's sort of a bluey purpley color, and some pretty laces around the edges. And I added this big bow on the side. It's a type of tulle with a bit of a floral imprint on it. And then on the very front, I just clipped on one of my little altered clothespins. This is one of the little mini ones, and it's got the blues and that on it, and a purple bow and a little butterfly. I just thought it was cute on there, so I clipped it on there. She opens up very easily with that tie. I did attach the tie underneath the threads here for the signature, but it could be pulled out altogether if you wanted to take it off. There you can see the front a little better. The digitals, I've added the butterflies onto the digital. Inside the front cover, I've put in 3 pockets or 2 pockets? 2 pockets, and I filled them full of the papers or journal cards or whatever from the digital kit. There was lots to work with, so beautiful papers, just gorgeous colors on them, beautiful florals, dragonflies, and some words as well. So I put blooms there, and then sort of little strips that you can use as well as accent pieces. I've added a little dragonfly hanging off the tassel piece at the top here. I made a big tag for the back pocket out of one of the papers that you get. And oh yeah, that is one of the butterflies. And then some of the florals that I fussy cut out. So that goes in the back pocket. And then I've got several journal cards here that came with, these are all part of the digital kit. It's a gorgeous kit. You have to go and check it out. She's got some beautiful ones in her shop. And this is a little circle that was in there, and then another little piece. I think this was just a bit of one of the irises that was left off of one of the papers that I used, and I just could not just let it go because it's so pretty. I love irises. This side is the back side. Actually, I'll just show it to you now before I flip it all open. But I just added one of the beautiful papers. I added in some of my own hummingbirds, butterfly, some pretty washi down this side. That's the back side of the lace from the front cover. And then it opens up. And this is the center of the trifold. And in it there is a little journal. And she's connected right here, and paper clip closed just to keep her contained, lace on the spine, and then just these are part of the digitals, and there's one of the journal cards, and then these are the papers. She makes little small little journal pages up like this, and they're really so cute. They make the cutest little journals. So I've put the papers from that part of the digital kit in here. I've added a few things of my own. It's tied shut with some pretty embroidery floss. Fussy cut out some of the little things and added them in. Well, it's a really nice little writing journal. Put a pocket in the back here with another tag inside, and then just put a pretty collage on the back with another one of the gorgeous pieces of ephemera from the kit. And some of the pieces, some of the things might actually be not from the kit, but most of them are. You'll be able to see it clearly if you want to go and look at it before you buy it. And that flips over, and then this is the center here of the trifold, and I've done a layering here too. I started with a paper at the background, and then I did a collaged envelope, and the window is here, and I've put one of the digitals in the background there. And then I also added in a big journal card at the back, but the window stays always with this picture. The journal card is in the back. It's on a piece of heavier cardstock with a big bow at the top. And it's got the hydrangea paper on it. I know that's, I think, from a different digital kit. And then I put another pocket on the front here with the dragonflies, and then added another, and then I just added the little bird there to the front. This is just for detail. It doesn't open. It's just a pocket at the back. Another little tag that's in here. And then I did one of these cute little envelopes. I love these. They're so fun. And I just did that up. It's just 4 circles, and you intertwine them in each other. And then I added a little butterfly on the back. And then when they open up, I just put a bunch of ephemera pieces in here that are from the kit that I didn't use, that I thought the person who got it could fussy cut them out and use them to do anything. They can put them in the journals that are in here, or they could just use them for whatever they wanted. So when you want to close it, it's just an, one over, one under, kind of like closing the top of a box. So this one's over, so it'd have to go under on this side. And then this one's over, so it would have to go under, and this would go in there. And then the final one, you just lift that one and put that one inside. And no, that didn't work. Let's try again. What did I do wrong? There we go. It was the other side. There we go. It's really easy. Huh. Okay, I'm just going to move this over a little bit so I can show you this side of the trifold. So on the, actually it's more than just a trifold. There's 4 sections to it. This is actually a flip on the side of the trifold. So here's another set of tags and a bookmark that's stuck in there. And what I've done is started with one of the papers in the background, a little bit of washi there. I did a belly band with combining a butterfly attached to the side here, and then she goes up and attaches onto this little tuck piece. And then I tucked behind there a beautiful bookmark, and you could write on the back of it or use it as a tag. And then there's these other little tags here. The birdies in this are so cute, and more of the crocuses and irises. And then on the bottom I made a pocket, and I did a collage on that with, there's the paper with the nest and the iris, and then I put a little bird on there and garden vibes. And then that's where all these fit in. And of course the bookmark goes all the way behind the belly band and into the pocket. And these little goodies all stick on top. Fun. Add the little light purpley bows as little accents. And that envelope is kind of a surprise that you find behind that little journal. And then this is a flip at the very end and another flip. So a double flip. And what we have here is a collage. This is an envelope. And again, I collaged it. And it's using some of the papers from her shop. And this is my hydrangea papers, which I don't remember what shop they're from. Butterflies, a collaged piece in the window of the envelope, and then it flips up. And it's collaged on the back side as well. Those are papers from the kit and a dragonfly. And then what I've done is I've put a tag in that envelope pocket. So when you pull that out, you have this beautiful tag. I've used one of the tickets as on the bottom to pull it out. It's got like a little pocket made on the side to tuck, and that's with the washi tape, and that tucks this extra little tag in there. So it's a tag with a pocket and another tag, and then it slips into the envelope pocket. Really cute. And then under that, these are so much fun to make because of all the flips that you can do with them. So under that is a pocket at the top on here. This is a pocket as well. And then a smaller pocket at the bottom. So hydrangea paper, digitals from the digital collection, and then that one as well. That's a pocket at the bottom. And I've put a couple of the journal cards in there. This one and this one. And actually, no, I put those in the top one. Those slid up here this way. Put this one on top because you can kind of see it more. And in the bottom pocket, I put some of the tickets that were in, and I cut them with my fancy scissors. So there's 3 in there, pretty little tickets. And then in here is another pocket, and there's a thumb spot there, so you know it's there. And in here I've put 2 beautiful pieces from the papers that come with the collection, the larger full-size papers, these irises and one of the birds. And they're just on that heavier weight paper that I copy onto. So they're not cardstock, but it's good quality paper, and they're tucked in there. So there's lots of spots to write things or to take out and use the tags if you want. And then on the back of that flip, I did a belly band. And under that belly band, I put a piece of blue paper from my stash that I thought was really pretty. And I put another of the little crocuses. And then I put a little blue paper clip on there with a little birdie hanging off there. And that tucks under this belly band. And then there's also a ticket tucked in there too. And this is one of those belly bands with the movable butterfly. So you can position this butterfly anywhere along this belly band that you want. She moves. You just have to move her along. I mean, gently, but she moves, and she's really pretty. That flips in there, and this flips, and then she flips over, which is the flip-flop, and on the back is another journal. So beautiful, the papers from the collection with just collage together. This one is one of the main, and then she's got these little corner pieces. Her kits are really detailed. They're absolutely gorgeous with all these little like corner picture details and butterflies and little words and large papers, the small papers. You get a lot in a kit. And then this is another full-size paper with these small dragonflies on it that I used in the background. And then this is a full journal on the back here. It's another belly band. This one has just a stationary little pocket here, and I tucked that little bird in there, and I tucked some papers from my stash in here, and I did some stenciling in this one, so you'll see that in the background. In the background here, little pocket with tags, journaling card, beautiful, beautiful digitals. Some more of my stenciling, pocket with a tag, stenciling. Another pocket that I filled with all kinds of little bits in it. Some of the washi that I've used in here. Some of the words that I didn't use. Some of the border pieces I didn't use. And little bits of the ephemera. And a little tuck spot here with a little ticket and a journaling card. This is the center. I put one of the beautiful pieces of the paper across the whole thing. It's this again, this journal is tied closed with the blue embroidery floss, and little butterflies I put on the ends of there. And then I use this kind of, it's like a belly band, this piece. There's a little scrappy pad of papers and that in here on this side. that you could take out, put in your purse, or just leave it in there. There's a little envelope at the bottom here that is all piece of paper that unfolds, and there's a butterfly and a little journaling card. I think that's what's in there. So this is one of those little envelopes I love making. I just made like a little miniature one of the bigger ones that I normally make. And there's some other little pieces in the top here. Couple of ladies. Paper corner pocket I made with a journaling card and another journaling card. This is with a collage, part of the paper, one of the little strips that she includes, and then one of my little smaller butterflies, more stenciling in the background. And same here, stenciling. Pretty pocket with the irises. This one I enclosed some of the little frames that from my own stash of goodies, and tickets and ephemera pieces, and another journaling card. This side is a belly band made with one of the strips that's included in the kit and a little bit of lace. And then I've put a movable, one of my own little hummingbirds, and she moves up and down on there. It's quite a cute idea. It's not my idea. Can't remember where I saw that. And then a little paper tucked in there. This is one of the papers from the digital kit. Isn't it so pretty? Some more stenciling. Sorry if I was off camera there. Hopefully you saw some of that. And then just some more of the digitals. Extra paper that I tucked in underneath here. Little paper clip made with some of the, I think some of the tickets. I made those, or they may have been banners, and I used those. Added a little hummingbird top there on the top of that paper clip. Some more pieces. Wherever there were pieces left, I just added them. Just rounded the corners on some of them. They're just bits of the paper that was left. And then pocket at the back with, again, this is a journaling card made with one of the birds. That's also on the front cover. And then a dragonfly and another piece of the ephemera. A little ticket used to make that little tuck spot. And then that's the end. And then it flips back and you're back at the front. Really fun to make. As I say, it's a very interactive type project. And so I had a lot of fun just playing with the design. Of course, there's lots of flip-flop journals out there, and you know, the idea for this one is my own ideas put together, but certainly inspiration from a lot of different flip-flop journals that I've seen out there in the creative world. If anyone's interested in buying her, she's for sale if you're interested, and I will. You can email me. My email will be in the description box below. If you're interested, you can email me and we can discuss price and shipping and all those good things. I do ship from Canada, but I can tell you exactly what the shipping will be, and I absorb some of the shipping costs just because I know that a lot of people, you know, feel that the shipping costs are expensive. Not that I have any control over that, but I do absorb some of them into the cost of, take it off the cost of the, you know, the journal, so that the price isn't as high. And my prices are certainly not as high as many of the journals that I have seen being sold out there. And but they are very high quality, and I know them that I've sold, I've gotten really good reviews. If you're interested, she is available. And my email will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for stopping by and having a look at her. And I hope you were inspired to try and make one for yourself. You'll have lots of fun if you do. And I'll leave a link to the digital papers, the main digitals that I used, and it will be in the description box below as well. And thanks for stopping by. See you soon. Bye.